make your blood run cold! Surrender your soul! It's a wee bit stormy all of a sudden.
Sylvando, this ship of yours is not about to sink, is it?
Don't mention the S-word! I'll have us out of this in just a jiffy!
I smell fresh flesh.
That voice, where is it coming from?
Oh, yeah. Tremble before the mighty alizarin. Faithful sir, you dare to enter my realm unbidden. Know that an insult to me is an insult to... You're the one who'll be paying, you great big slimy so-and-so. Get a load of this! Are you having me on? I just blasted you with Pearly Gate. The orb with which my lord and master entrusted me. Now join me. No!
Might I ask, are you staring at? All right. It is rather an Why don't we try another? No. Still no good.
Not settling on a particular form, That rather makes me think you might not know who I... In your world, I am known as the Seer. I take on different appearances for different people, you see. By which I mean to... But enough about me. How's the fishing? No, I didn't think so. You're not ready yet, you see. When the time comes, you will know it. When the fish finally takes the bait, you must be ready to reel it in. But until... You know, I have the strangest feeling I've met. Well, no matter. We are not here to discuss him. Come. Take your seat. Make yourself at home. The fact that you're here makes me wonder if you might have taken a bit of a wrong turn. Ah, so that's it. Worried we've lost the power of the luminary, are we? Well, I'm afraid there's not much I can do about... You may think that your power has been taken from you by the Lord of Shadows. But power cannot be taken, no more than it can be touched or tasted. Especially not the power of the luminary. Still no idea what I'm talking about, huh? Let me leave you with this thought. When the time comes, you will know. Oh, that's right. You're drowning, oh well. Don't fret. A certain sacred tree tells me it's... Right. We'd better get you woken up, hadn't we? You are the luminary after... Go. Save the world.
Darling, you're alive! Oh, thank goodness!
When you took that tumble into the sea back there, oh, it was terrible. We tried to fish you out, but you slipped beneath... But then, well, it was nothing short of a miracle. Somehow we managed to pull you out of the water, give that big slimy so-and-so the slip, and get here to safety.
What's the matter, honey? You look like you've seen a ghost. You're kidding. You were fishing, and you met a person called the Seer, and the... Oh, come on, silly Billy. You were just dreaming, that's all.
You have been through quite an ordeal.
Whoop!
put courage in your heart and lightning in your hand.
There'll be time enough for staring out to sea tomorrow, laddie. Come on, let's get you to bed.
Well that ends well. There's life in the old dog yet. Triumph was never in doubt.
Such pain. Such despair. I am helpless, powerless, bound by the chains of regret. If only I could go back, I would
Please, hear my plea.
So we all had the same dream, eh? Just like people have been saying. The poor knight bemoaning his fate, asking to go back.
Oh, it was tragic. He looked so desperate. I wish there was something we could do to help, but we don't know who he is, or even where he is.
Maybe not. But that was Dracilian. What do you say, laddie? Shall we go and see what's become of Dundrasil now that this blasted I'm on fire! This'll make your blood run cold!
Victory is ours.
Greetings!
All is well that ends well.
Not bad at all. Victory!
so nasty!
Pull your socks up.
Victory is ours.
This place was in ruins the last time we came. But this is something else. Ah, it fair breaks my heart. Where was I? Would you boys do me a favor?
Well, don't just stand there, darling. If I...
Where does this stairway lead, Lord Robert?
To an underground passage that runs beneath the castle. It was meant to allow... Right. Let's get in there and see if we can find...
Such pain. How dare you? How dare you took everything?
I'm keen to have a wee chat with our friend here.
surrender your soul! Not done yet!
You took my beloved Eleanor. You took my boy. I will never forgive you!
Eleanor? But that's the old queen's name, which would make you...
Erwin, last king of Dundrasil. A great man, and a fine warrior too, and, most importantly of all, what happened to you, Erwin? Come on, laddie. Look at me. What in the...
At last you have come. Long have I waited for a kindly soul to free my restless knight from his misery.
The voice from the dream.
You are correct, of course. Before you kneels Erwin, King of Dundrasil. All those long years ago, on that darkest of days, he fought but with time, that light has waned, and all that This is the tortured soul you see before you. I beg of you, help him, free him from his nightmare.
The voice. It's gone. That'll have to wait. Erwin here needs our help. But what are we supposed to do to help him?
Yes, well, of course. We've been waiting a long time.
King Erwin, it is a great honour to be invited to celebrate this most special of days with you.
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. I am truly humbled to be lucky enough to celebrate it with you all. My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil. You honor us with your presence.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. Though, of course, we are not here merely to celebrate. Today's colloquy of kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented. You will forgive me.
It is the first time the rulers of the four kingdoms have ever gathered up. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course. The birth of an...
Indeed it is. Thank you once again. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch. Guards, I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert, I will be convening...
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark.
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the colloquy.
The sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me...
Oh, save it for the meeting, Owen.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Erdrea hangs in the luminary now. Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one?
Tiny. Can I touch him, Lady Eleanor? I promise I'll be careful.
I think he likes you, Jade. He wants to play. He's a very special boy, you know. But I just hope he grows up to be like his father. That he can help people.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor. King Erwin!
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we?
Oh, Erwin. You don't need to hold on. Would you look at it thundering away out?
Come on now, Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about.
And what about me,
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got King Carnelian. Right. We better get this meeting started.
Good luck.
This child, he is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it. Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his...
The final poem in the Book of Erdwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnud with it. He will be...
And now a child has been born who bears the mark.
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But sure, now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be...
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace prevails. Can you be certain? Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Erd...
It does. The very well, tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the Dark One, bleak, black, vast.
What are the two of you implying? That the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born,
What are you trying to...
Oh. The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdria's destruction.
King Gustav is right.
Oh, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son! My own flesh and blood! Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day. We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the luminary is a gift.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The luminary is the child of Yggdrasil.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. We must confer upon the luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian.
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is death.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is...
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now,
Your Majesty!
What is it?
You must flee the palace immediately.
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.
They have come in force, but they shall not... Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay.
But King Carnelian, this is...
You need not fret on my behalf.
Thank you. Never mind that now. No matter what happens, I will get you. We should be able to get out through.
I feel his presence. I sense him. I smell. Give him to me.
Just you try and take him.
Monsters are everywhere. What?
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have... We'll have to use the tunnels. I think this was the one. Quickly, in we go. Before... Time to make a break for it. I'll deal with him. Get out of it.
But Erwin...
Run!
All right, you despicable creature.
and stayed at... King Carnelian? King Carnelian? What in the... Who are you? What do you think you're doing? Your Majesty!
Erwin.
You're all right. Thank goodness. Jade's with Eleanor and the wee one, Your Majesty.
I see. Good. I shall send my forces after them right away.
Your Majesty, what do you...
The bloodline of the Luminary ends here today.
King Carnelian, Your Majesty? Sire. Forgive me. I was unable to find you. King Erwin, what has happened here?
I had no choice. He came at me in a frenzy. Queen Eleanor has absconded with the Luminary, and with my daughter.
Surely not. Whatever would possess them to commit such acts?
The birth of the child has put them both under great pressure. It has also caused the coming of the monsters. Perhaps the coming of the Luminary does bring darkness in its wake. Yes! I see now! He is the child of evil! The dark spawn! He must be found and dealt with. The peace of Erdrea must not be...
Sire.
He is no harbinger. Someone, please. King Carnelian must be stopped, or the world will be plunged into darkness. Eleanor, please.
This one's misery is just exquisite. His kingdom ruined, his family gone, betrayed, dying alone. Which is why I've been drawing out his torture for all these years. One must savor such succulent suffering. But even the most fabulous feasts must... How does your despair compare, I wonder? Hope... yourself to misery. This is your most painful memory. The darkest, tenderest recess of your soul. Yes, your powers were stolen. You could not protect your friends. You could not save the world. What kind of hero are you? Pathetic. Wallow in it. Marinate yourself in misery.
Can you hear me? Please, you must listen. There is a light inside you that can never be extinguished. It is waiting, biding its time. Now is that time. You are the luminary. You must conquer the darkness. You must.
This light is...
What's happening?
You're back with us, laddie.
This light. Disgusting. It blinds me.
This is the beast responsible for King Erwin's suffering. We must defeat it.
Dead, no matter. Your screams.
Socks up.
Out of it! out of it!
Another day, another victory.
Fabulous, darling!
Where am I? Wait. Those eyes. I'd know them anywhere. Son. Is it really you? It was you who saved me, wasn't it?
You're back. You're back to your old self. Our son has freed you. Despair no longer holds you captive.
I am.
My dear son, my darling boy, many hardships await you. Many trials lie ahead. But you must not stray from your path. Let the light of hope, the light inside you, be your... Farewell, my darling. I love you so much.
Goodbye, my little
Goodbye, Erwin.
Honey, your hand!
The mark. It's glowing again.
The luminary is restored to us, and all thanks to his honored parents.
Ha 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 ha.